beautiful people. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesdays, the professionals at the Roundtable. Today we have a bunch of friends joining us. Do you guys want to introduce yourself in, I guess, chronological order?
Mm-hmm. I'm Joshan. I'm one of the members of the Monday podcast with Sahan. And I'm here today to give some of my feedback on the topic today about red light, sauna, cold plunge, and salt room. And yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Here I am, Dr. Danny Coins, the acupuncturist at Healing Your Way, and here to discuss on this particular topic to shed some light that we will be upcoming having those therapies and modality in our new centers.
And I'm Sahan, and like Joshin said, I'm also on the Monday podcast, Champions of Wellness, and I'm here today just to give you guys a kind of my personal experience and what I've really noticed from all of these facilities that we have here, the red light, sauna, cold plunge, and salt room, and to really share with you what I think I've really gotten out of all of these services.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Before we jump into it, I do want to remind everybody that the Professionals of the Roundtable is always brought to you by Healing Your Way, who you can find on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, all of the places. And if you like the podcast, please don't forget to share, subscribe, leave a comment. Really does help us out. As I said, today we are talking about red light, sauna, hot cold plunge, and the salt room. Lots to cover, but I think we should start off with red light therapy. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So can you tell us really what's the philosophy, what's the benefit of red light therapy?
So there's a lot of folks misperception or misunderstand what is the red light therapies philosophy and mechanism of behind it. So usually red light therapy uses low-level wavelengths of red or near-infrared light that penetrate the skin and the tissue. It actually stimulates the mitochondrial activity, which increases the production of ATP, lead to a energy cellular boost. That's the main of that. It's rooted in the photobiomodulation, which that it is harnessing light to optimize biological function. So that's the mechanism and the philosophy of it. What does it benefit? Like skin health, muscle recovery, inflammation reduction. It also can be super beneficial for mood and cognitive support.
So people who work out pretty heavily, athletes.
Yes, it's if like skin disorders, just like enhanced collagen production, reduces wrinkle, scar tissue that being damaged after surgery.
Yeah.
And including acne also. And muscle recovery accelerates healing and reduces soreness. Okay. And for inflammatory, usually we call it oxidative stress or inflammatory cytokines that are being built during the workout.
And also, our body, is made of billions and trillions of cells. And if we're giving more energy to our cells, therefore we can be improving in our body with energy, as well as in maybe in workouts or even healing ourselves in injuries or sicknesses. So think of it as kind of upgrading your engine instead of pushing your engine through whatever it is. So you're kind of just helping your system go through all the moves.
So if you want to stay young forever,
yeah,
you should probably get some red light therapy.
Yeah, definitely, especially after maybe, I think the best time is after a workout or after some strenuous activity to help recovery and everything like that.
So
Yeah,
what?
and that's what.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And that's why you see a lot of or you see those LED masks, or not LED masks, but
Yeah.
masks that people
Right.
use that have this red light technology, so they can get rid of or reduce acne or anything that's been popping up with their skin. And also, um, people have been using it very recently for hair loss as well. Uh, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a victim of poor genetics for hair loss, so I have to use it as one of the tools to like slow it down or reduce it. And one thing I noticed that I don't know if anyone else or the viewers watching can relate to is that when I use red light paddles, we have these red light paddles at home. And when I use them on different spots on my head and run through the cycles on there, I notice that if I have a lot of inflammation, or when I pinch my scalp, it hurts a lot or is really inflamed. I notice that after like probably 10 minutes of the red light, all of the inflammation has like or most of it has gone down. And when I go and pinch areas of my scalp, they're not as tense. And at some points, even when I pinch, it's like it's not really giving. There's not much give. But then after using the red light for maybe 10 minutes or so, I noticed a definite decrease in overall scalp tension and inflammation.
Are those the same paddles that you guys used when I got my concussion?
Yeah, exactly. They those were the exact same paddles too. And I've also had experience using red light therapy when I had a concussion as well, as a very early on protocol. And I would say that's probably one of the major things that prevented me from onsetting any other common conditions as a result of concussion.
Yeah, and I also had a concussion as well when I was younger, and I think the main thing that really boosted my recovery mentally, physically, and everything as a whole was definitely the red light. Having red light, not just as a tool, but as something that I can take throughout many years, even till now. Like, say we have kickboxing training, and even doing it after that, you can get in the head just a little bit sometimes, and just repairing your body, repairing your brain health is really important. So make sure to, I think this is a part of this should be a part of your everyday life.
Like a maintenance type of thing. If you're doing, especially for us, since we're doing kickboxing as a sport, it's definitely like a maintenance thing for us. And also one cool fact about red light as well. Red light is a much longer wavelength and can penetrate a lot deeper into the tissue compared to other forms of light therapy. So
Without sensitivity or pain.
yeah, exactly. So even though you may just perceive the light as hitting your skin or acting on surface level, it's actually acting and penetrating much deeper than you think.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what I'm hearing is red light is cool, and the three of us need helmets. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of concussion, recovering from sports, working out, what other conditions or ailments can red light therapy help with?
Red light therapy is focusing on many conditions, just like I mentioned earlier: skin aging, acne, scars from surgery, old scar, whatever, psoriasis, eczema, muscle soreness, joint pain, post-surgical healing, chronic inflammatory, fibromyalgia. A lot of folks say, can this help fibromyalgia? This is a clear cut right here. So neuropathies. So a lot of folks having that issue, that can be super beneficial. while there's so many center popping up with red light therapies for that purpose, and mood disorder and sleep disturbances. So these are the thing that that just a simple thing to count now. So many things.
Right. So kind of broad spectrum. Does it help with like arthritis or?
So fibromyalgia is a term of inflammatory. Joint pain could be considered as arthritis, right? Because these are the things that post surgery prolong when we get older, developing scar tissue. Definitely, I would say yes.
Okay.
But the key to take away for this red light therapy is it is a non-invasive method to optimize cellular function and recovery using natural light frequencies. So basically, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Can't
Yeah.
beat that. And then we also have sauna therapy. So, Dr. Danny, fill us in.
Okay, sauna therapies. We said infrared or traditional philosophy of this is that it heat exposure trigger physiological stress, which is in control of a temperature or environment.
Mhm.
It promotes sweating, which causing the vasodilation with and cardiovascular conditioning. Historically rooted in Scandinavian and Finnish, Finland, right? Wellness tradition. So rooted in Europe, it's very popular in Europe these days. So is in a combination of sauna plus cold plunge. So it, yes, what is benefit? Cardiovascular health and detoxification.
So, I don't know. I can't remember the phrase that everybody always says, but it like sweat it out whenever
Yes, sweat it out. Another thing is also help benefit the stress reduction, promote relaxation. People go there just for that, and muscle recovery. And the saying is that longevity.
Yeah, also with the longevity, I think it's like a good way of training your body through stress. Like the heat is a stressor, so if you keep doing the sauna over time, your body's gonna get used to it and kind of be more kind of have a more tolerance to stress overall.
Yes.
And I can definitely vouch for the muscle relaxation benefit because most gyms have a sauna in place for after you're finished your workout. And I've used it quite a few times. And of course, when I have the time for it, but I've always noticed I get a lot or I have a lot less soreness the next day compared to not using it at all. So whenever I have the time to, it's definitely worth doing it.
Basically, it's promote the tissue repair and flexibility following your exercises. That's what sauna does. We call this, why people say that would be beneficial for stress reduction and relaxation. It increases parasympathetic activity and lowering your cholesterol. I mean cortisol, not cholesterol. So in work close relationship with the endocrine system.
And also, like I think sauna can also help with muscle growth too. The difference from cold and heat, I think it is where you kind of want to build muscle is where you use a sauna compared to a cold plunge. After you have a workout, you will kind of try to avoid a cold plunge if you're trying to go for muscle growth. So I think it's a big it makes a big difference if you're trying to grow muscle.
Yes. In terms of detoxification, remember the key word is that sweat mediated elimination of heavy metal and toxin. That's why very good for this type of thing that you consume food. That's we want to secrete a lot of sweat. So this way the only way it can eliminate these heavy metal and toxin, which a natural way to do it.
But also,
So one more thing is that why we say improve circulation. Remember, heat always promote blood circulation, right? Improve that circulation, lower blood pressure when the blood flow correctly, and support heart function. So,
and also you want to make sure to keep hydrated as well. Imagine all that sweat coming out of your body. You need to be rehydrated. Make sure to get your electrolytes during the day. So keep hydrated if you're going to do the sauna, and yeah, just keep that in mind.
I heard the Figuring It Out Friday boys did an episode on the best electrolyte drinks. So
yeah, so you can check out that episode. I think we did I actually think we had like two episodes covering what to look for in an electrolyte drink and what are the best ones on the market currently that we rated pretty highly. And another thing about our sauna specifically, we don't use, or we're not using an electric sauna. We're using an infrared sauna, and that's a key difference because we're reducing the EMF output that's having an effect on your body by choosing the infrared sauna instead of the electric one. And there's also a lot of metabolic health benefits that come with using the sauna. One thing that I didn't know before is that it actually activates proteins called heat shock proteins. And what these proteins do is help repair misfolded proteins. And what that's going to eventually do is increase the efficiency of the electron transport chain in the mitochondria. So your mitochondrial health is going to take on a great benefit from use of the sauna, specifically this infrared sauna.
And that reminds me, I probably should have mentioned it in the beginning, but everything that we're talking about today is going to be at Healing Your Way in Levittown when doors open. So
yes, I mentioned it also. So
just making sure. The brain, this one, is running on like 3%. So please forgive. So sauna.
We all work together.
Thanks for picking up this
as a function.
So you said sauna can help with sleep disturbances like insomnia, night terrors, or is it just more so to give you a more restful sleep?
Basically, insomnia is it's restful sleep, like dream disturbances. A lot of folks, when your body is going through heavy, like toxin trap in the system, you feel heating up, right? When you purge through sweat, what happened is those toxin release through that sweat through the pore and definitely calm the body. When you sleep at night, a lot of dream disturbances, we say it could be due to eating so late at night that can create that, or just generally we consume certain food that we don't really know what type of heavy metal that we are taking in. Heating up usually it's a sign of some sort of maybe consume too much alcohol, consume too much medication. That medication turn into a heat toxin. Your body is trying to purge it out, and that create restless sleep. That's also that's how many things can go wrong there.
Yeah. Also with
Oh,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Also with the sleep, we've said many times that cold exposure before sleep is very important because you want to stay in a cold room, and that will help with the most restful sleep. And I think having a sauna, especially later in the day, is really good because your body's gonna thermoregulate back to being cold and bring that sweat to cool you down.
Yeah.
So you'll be in a way more relaxed state. That's why having hot showers is better later in the day. Maybe cold showers in the morning to stimulate you as it heats your body up after. So definitely sauna later in the day is really good.
So technically in Europe, what they normally do, they have a coupling with cold plunge. So after they finish the sauna for an hour or 45 minutes, usually they go right straight to the cold plunge. So uh, that's the coupling, the technique that they found that's really robust for them. First go cardiovascular stimulation and then suddenly slow it down to reawakening the central nervous system for awareness. And you go into a sauna, sometimes you get really sleepy, so cold plunge will reactivate that. So we'll talk about cold plunge later, but do you want to know what the overall benefit, what are the conditions that can be benefit on this? So basically we say it help reduce high blood pressure, cardiovascular support, metabolic syndrome, circulatory system issue, arthritis, muscle stiffness. Again, it's good for acne as well, and detoxification, stress, anxiety, sleep disturbances, and general longevity. So a lot, I think, in Japan, that's what almost every household, like they use sauna. It's been practicing for years. So what's the key to take away from this? Do you guys have any other things? Do you want me to sum up with this?
I kind of want to wrap it up because I'm excited to get to
What the
salt room.
key takeaway for this is it is a traditional method to promote systemic detox and cardiovascular fitness and stress resilience.
Stress resilience.
Yes.
Can we talk about salt room?
Sure, we can.
I want to know about salt room. What's it good for? Who does it help? Why does it exist?
So salt room therapy is also another name, halotherapies. It's an inhalation of dry aerosolized salt particle to support respiratory and skin health. It's mimic natural microclimate near salt cave or coastal area. Usually a lot of people very beneficial with this when they close to the shore. It acts through anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and mucus clearing mechanism. It's the benefit of this is support respiratory support, skin health, immune support, and relaxation and mood. One crazy condition that I've been seeing a lot of patients that I have seen so far, Sjogren type of condition or disorder that's super beneficial with the salt room therapies because it creates dryness. It moisturizes the skin. People with Sjogren tend to have a lot of dryness, dry mouth, dry eye, dry throat, all this thing, and dry skin. Somehow when they at the shore, everything clear up. You don't have to go to the shore. Just come to our salt room.
That's why I'm excited. I feel like the most relaxing spot that you can ever be is on the beach. And then you get out and your hair looks great. Your skin feels good. You're in a good mood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever actually heard of a salt room until I started talking to you guys. So this is the one that I was super excited to cover.
So what are the conditions that can be super, to break it down closely, right?
Yeah.
What can it be done? So salt room support asthma, like I said. Also allergies, bronchitis, COPD, sinus congestion, eczema, again, psoriasis,
Mhm.
dermatitis, mild respiratory infection prevention. So if someone feel like a upper respiratory congested, coughing, that's something that to look for is to get that sitting in a salt room for that.
Mhm.
And of course, stress reduction.
And I have no science to back this up, but I feel like it might also help with acne. Just going from beach experiences.
Well, you're correct because eczema and acne is not that far away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it exfoliates the skin really well.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
So what's the key takeaway?
Use it.
A natural, low-impact therapy supporting respiratory function, skin health, and mental relaxation. It's a no-brainer to go for it. Again, we have it at our center.
Add to healing your ways.
Yeah,
And
and I have just like some input. I don't have too much experience with the salt room yet. I will try it out once we open up. But from use when I was congested, we have this thing called a neti pot, and you put hot water in it and like some salt in there, and the salt it kind of will Dr. Danny said, it will help with clearing mucus, and it flushed all the mucus out, and I was able to breathe fully clearly, and I felt a lot better from being congested, just from the salt, having the salt in there.
Yeah.
I feel like
And no more saline. That's the same concept, right? You flush your sinus with that. There's a salt content there.
I feel like anything that can help you, because you know when you get sick and then it's just sitting in your chest and you can't get it out.
Yeah.
Anything that can help with that is a godsend.
That's
So use it. You know,
Sauna.
it's worth it. And then of course we have our hot and cold plunge, but I think we should break it up and then join them. Start with hot, go to cold, and then put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hot plunge.
Well, we look at the hot plunge first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hot plunge. This is there's another term we call contrast hydrotherapy.
Hmm?
Heat. That's the name of the hot plunge therapies. What's the philosophy and mechanism behind this? It's immersed in hot water, elevated body temperature, and then create vasodilation when you plunge into the hot, right?
Mhm.
This increases the blood circulation. That's why they use ice and heat therapy for this purposes. But ice has its own unique. So also often paired with cold plunge for contrast therapies. That's why you will see cold and heat bath next to each other. And also will benefit cardio resilience and activate heat shock protein, which is what Tahan was talking about for cellular repair. One is cold shock protein, right? One is heat shock. This is activate that. What else benefit? Muscle recovery and flexibility, which reduces soreness and stiffness. And detoxification supports sweating, metabolic waste elimination. Almost like very close to every modality that we've been talking to. It's super, really, really great in a good way. And of course, stress control. Control heat exposure trains autonomic nervous system. So sure, that will de-stress. And also boost the immune and cellular health.
So it sounds.
As you all know, heat shocks protein enhance tissue repair. When it's repairing the cellular, the mitochondria can activate in a good way to, of course, increase the ATP, now boosting the cellular stimulation, right?
Yeah. And it sounds very similar to a lot of the benefits from the sauna.
Mhm.
Is there any like major differences between the two, or does it just kind of come down to personal preference?
I think the main difference that you get between the sauna and the hot tub therapy is you have the water, which is like kind of taking a lot of stress off of your joints, and because the water is very buoyant, and at times you can be floating a little bit, have your arms out to the side, but when you're in a sauna, you're kind of sitting just normally, so the water has the added benefit of reducing stress on the joints, so you can really just like melt kind of into the water. But also with the sauna, you get the benefit of the infrared spectrum of light. So you cannot see infrared, but it's kind of like the same philosophy as how red light is acting on you.
As well as with I feel like the difference as well as with the sauna, you can have the heat around your head is totally fine because you're fully in the sauna. But with the hot plunge or the hot tub, you can't fully submerge yourself like with the hot water.
Yeah.
And what kind of ailments does the hot plunge help with?
Specifically, its benefit muscle soreness, joint pain, post-workout recovery,
Mhm.
poor circulation, high blood pressure, stress reduction, sleep support, cellular repair, and detoxification, just like I mentioned earlier. So it's a lot of good stuff.
I think it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
And then let's hit
But
it.
it's a fine tune. What specifically, when you come to our center, will help navigate which would be the best direction for you to do so. It's not advisable to just go in and start jumping in. We got to fine tune what condition and all that. All these particular things need to be added or addressed before having you jump into the heat plunge.
Mhm.
So
At the end of the day, we only want what's best for you.
Yeah.
And
That's
let's hit
That's
it.
the keyword. Yeah. The takeaway for this is that controlled heat exposure enhances circulation,
Mhm.
promote recovery, and resilience. Again, everything resilience.
Oh yeah. So let's talk cold. I think we've covered all of the warmth.
Yes.
What's the cold gonna help us with?
Cold would be the opposite, vasoconstriction. So cold plunge therapy, it's a similar term as cryotherapy
Mhm.
or cold immerse. Brief exposure to cold water trigger vasoconstriction, which is activate the sympathetic activation, release the adrenaline and endorphin itself.
Mhm.
So that's really good. And also embrace homeostasis, which is control stress for adaptation and systemic resilience. And widely use it in athletic recovery and biohacking circles. A lot I've seen when I was at the Philadelphia Flyer. We have variety of this cold plunge, heat plunge. There's a sauna room, all these things. So it's a lineup. All sport centers, they have all these things ready for the athlete to get themselves recover from on a daily practices or from a major games. So its benefit reduce inflammation, help muscle recovery, promote mood and alertness,
Mhm.
and also immune support. Lastly, circulatory resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah.
That's the word.
That's resilience, the word for the day. So, what's your take on with you guys? Any experience with the cold plunge therapies?
I think I use it well, I haven't really had access to a full-on plunge, but cold showers is kind of the closest thing you can get to in a household, unless you have a bathtub. But I would usually do cold showers in the morning, just to get kind of like the same effect as caffeine, like a wake up effect.
Mhm.
And also, we did a podcast about cold exposure on the Monday Champions of Wellness podcast, and we went really into depth about the benefits of cold exposure, what protocols to follow, and how it can affect something called the exclusion zone. The exclusion zone is kind of this zone that has differing voltage between um, a certain region, and usually the exclusion zone is right next to the membranes that you have in your body, your cellular membranes and things like that. And by doing cold exposure, you're able to increase the voltage difference between your exclusion zone and then what is known as bulk water or non-exclusion zone water. And pretty much all you have to know is that the more you can increase the difference in voltage, the more effective your mitochondria are going to be. And then that's going to mean you're going to be able to have much more energy throughout the day when you go and do things. So you can see cold exposure as having both short-term and long-term benefits.
And you can also use cold exposure for burning fat as well. It kind of cold exposure activates your adipose brown adipose tissue, which kind of generates the thermogenesis. Kind of when you're not shivering, but once you reach a point where you're comfortable with the cold, but then your body's heating up, making its own heat. So your body's heating up and you're burning your own fat. So you're kind of you can use this in the morning or after a workout. If you want to, depends what you want to target. If you want to keep muscle, maybe don't do it after a workout, but use cold showers definitely in the morning or a cold plunge, like Sahan said, to kind of get a clear head and also warm up your body and get more blood flow before the day starts.
And there's kind of two sides to the effects as far as how you're feeling. Like I said, it can have that improved focus and alertness effect that caffeine has, and that's because you get a massive release of norepinephrine, which is one of the neurotransmitters that is released when we're kind of getting into a very alert, very focused mode. But then also what can happen with cold exposure is vagus nerve stimulation. This can happen by just you splashing cold water on your face or going to the point of like we have at our facility, using a full-on cold plunge experience. And what you're going to find as far as benefits with it as well is that you're going to increase or you're going to strengthen your parasympathetic nervous system, which is primarily responsible for you going into the rest and digest mode. So it can improve relaxation.
And also if you
as
don't,
well.
yeah, and also if you don't want to drink coffee or are not a fan of it, I know some people just get up in the morning and just get going. But if you want some sort of energy, definitely the cold plunge is going to work. Um, uh, Caffeine or coffee is a diuretic, so you're going to have to rehydrate yourself later in the day or even right after drinking coffee. So if you want something that's has no bad side effects and is going to be better for your overall health, definitely choose a cold plunge. I know it's a little bit uncomfortable getting in the cold plunge in the morning or taking a cold shower, but maybe even try lukewarm water and slowly work yourself up. You don't have to start and just go right into it with freezing cold water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dr.
Key to takeaway: what not to do and what to do. Takeaway is acute cold exposure train the body to respond efficiently to stress, improve recovery, and boost mood. That being said, also someone, if any patient that experiencing cold hand, cold feet, circulatory system issue, diabetics, Raynaud type of condition, where or um, frostbite type of, when you experience the cold, your hands start to uh, become pale, white pale, all these type of turn purplish, finger toes. These are the folks that predominantly should seek advice from the health professional first before um, jumping into heat or cold plunge, especially or cryotherapies. So that can lead on to many other issues. So keep that in mind. All this therapy can be consulted. You have to ask your professional physician or clinician that expert in this particular, especially cold plunge or cryotherapy. So you don't have issue later on.
Yeah, safety first.
Yeah.
So now, what is our benefits from going from hot plunge to cold plunge, or vice versa?
So the benefits for the cold plunge is it's really acute for acute injuries, right? Muscle soreness, chronic inflammation, vascular tone improvement, mental alertness. It's good for benefiting anyone that go through anxiety or depression. Again, stress resilience,
Mm-hmm.
mild immune support, metabolic activation. But there's such thing as keeping in mind, seems like the cold can penetrate from the Oriental perspective, Oriental medicine perspective, or TCM, is that cold can entering your body very easily. That's one of the exopathogenic. Heat also can be. If you use it the wrong way, it will consume your body. It penetrates into your body. That create disease itself. So definitely, like I said, at our center, we will monitor who can be benefit from this type of modality or therapies, and based on what our advice and suggestion, just to prevent any um, issue or abnormalities
Mhm.
from using it. So we'll work behind you. We'll stand with you. So, but definitely will help while enjoying the modality or therapies itself.
And also, another thing that the constant switch between both the hot and cold therapies do is that you're actually expanding and contracting your blood vessels, contracting or constricting when you're going in the cold, and then expanding when you're in the hot. And what this like rapid contraction and expansion is going to do is help flush out a lot of metabolic waste or that is in your blood, or any lactic acid that you have built up if you are trying to recover from a workout or something. So that constant back and forth is actually doing a lot to speed up the recovery process. And then also what you're getting by switching as well is you're getting inflammation reduction with the cold, and then you're also having or your body's able to better deliver oxygen rich blood to the rest of your body parts and things. So you're getting both like reduced inflammation, and then you're also able to deliver oxygen rich blood to the rest of your body and throughout your body.
So basically, that being said, cold will help vasoconstriction, which is, we say, when you are injured, the first thing will happen is that the histamine will bind to the site of the injury. That inflammation keep on repeating, so pain is, it's going to be excruciating because the blood flow is not there, right? It's constricted. So cold present that, so help freeze the capillary, and then from there, when you expose to heat, uh, what it does is that it release that inflammation, now activate the blood flow, because now create that vasodilation, which in turn it's flushing, and now oxygen rich that taken up from the lung be delivered to repair with iron and mineral along with it. So it's a plus plus. One, I only use this therapy side by side for pain management. It's not conclusively now for rice, in terms of rice technique or processing. So now it's changing to peace and love technique. No longer rice is seemed like it helped delay recovery of the condition itself. So keeping in mind, rice no longer is, it's an old technique, but this hot and cold therapy are totally similar, but this is immersing the entire body system. It's not like someone get injury and then follow that rice technique, but now it changed to peace and love technique.
Yeah, and I also want to add that out of the two, from going from hot to cold or from cold to hot, I think the one that's definitely better is the cold to hot, because
Mhm.
the cold is gonna kind of build up your heat, but then the heat is gonna definitely direct it to wherever your body needs it. So having those in order like that is definitely the best way.
Yep.
And also, it can be very good as just a maintenance thing, and not just something you use for like acute injuries or like a single time, because um, as we get older, we're more prone to neurodegeneration, which makes thing or diseases like Alzheimer's increase in risk. And the thing with the cold and hot exposure is that, like we've been talking about, it releases the cold and heat shock proteins, as well as something called BDNF, which stands for the brain derived neurotrophic factor. And these three things are being activated during the cold and hot plunge process, and they're going to contribute to a lot of neuroprotective properties and prevent you from developing something like Alzheimer's in the long run.
And I feel like that also goes with, not necessarily as in depth, but it goes along with everything that we do at Healing Your Way, where it's take care of your body, because it's easier to bring your car in for an oil change than it is for a new engine. Stay on top of it, keep your body in line with what it needs to function, to heal, to exist, to run, and you'll see a lot more happy days moving forward.
So another thing to be mindful about is that what I normally suggest my patient, if someone with the pain, like where injury, acute pain, arthritis, what a lot of folks tend to ice it. Usually, ice. If you do ice for 5 minutes, preferably like moist cold, like ice cold. So basically, take ice, mix into water, put it in a Ziploc bag, apply to a specific location that having issue. That's moist cold penetrates really fast. So instead of using ice. It doesn't have that property. So moist cold will penetrate really quick. All you have to do is within 5 minutes, take that away, replace that Ziploc back with warm water, and apply to the same spot. First, to stop the inflammatory. Second, to promote that circulation to release that histamine that being bind that signal the pain receptor and the mast cell production there. So when you put the heat, it's just release it immediately. Once that's done, the healing take place. Always moist, cold, moist heat is a keyword. It's always following cold first and then heat. Usually you take about 10 more minutes using moist heat. That is hot water or warm water in a Ziploc bag that create moist. It's penetrate a lot faster.
Or a hot cold plunge.
Yes. We'll be there soon. We'll see. We'll give it a test run.
Healing Your Way coming to a town near you.
Yes.
Does anybody have anything that they want to add? Anything they want to cover before we wrap up for tonight?
Just know that all of these 4 facilities can be used together and kind of have a stacking effect. So when you come in, I guess try everything out, because something you may have not tried before can be of great benefit, and these all kind of are supplementary to each other, and they're also supplementary to any of the work that you're receiving as far as our services like acupuncture and other services like that.
And if you're looking to try it, even just one of them, we can guide you to whichever one is best for your body, and you can go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call. Stop in. We're happy to help you out. We want to get to know you and figure out what's going to work the best for you. Health is not one size fits all.
So, red light therapies, sauna therapy, salt room therapy, hot plunge therapies, and cold plunge therapy will be coming very shortly to Healing Your Way.
It's coming.
2026.
It's coming soon.
Yes.
Stay tuned. When it's open, you guys will be the first to know. As always, beautiful people, we are brought to you by Healing Your Way, who you can find on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all of your friends. Thank you, Dr. Danny, Josh, and Sahan, for joining me today. I always love having you guys on. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah.